possible. And if everything is really gonna be alright. Now I'm out of the hand of this deep dark shadow. Well, and now I see the light of day. Oh, you ready for change? It's up to you to choose. All you gotta do is surrender. It's working it out for your good. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Don't you worry. Everything's gonna be alright. 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 Come on. Everything's gonna be alright. 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 Well, I think about you every day and night, and I know that everything is gonna be alright. Tell me, how do you deal with your sorrow? What do you do with your pain? Where do you go when your heart is? Are you free from shame? What do you got to do? All you gotta do is surrender. There is hope for you. Everything's gonna be alright. 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 I wanna know if this really could be possible. And if everything is really gonna be alright. Now I'm out of the hand of this deep dark shadow. Well, and now I see the light of day. Oh, you ready for change? It's up to you to choose. All you gotta do is surrender. It's working it out for your good. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Don't you worry. Everything's gonna be alright. 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 Come on. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
All right. Well, welcome everyone to Birmingham Bible Church's Winning Wednesday. Welcome for joining us here in our virtual space. And you have been rocking here and rolling with us since COVID. We've been doing this since this time, and so thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. Listen, we declared on today during our prayer room call that this was Victorious Wednesday. And so on today, on Winning Wednesday, we are declaring that we all are winners and we all are victorious. And so welcome to all of our Victory Facebook users, our Victory YouTube tubers, and then our Victory tweeters, whatever you call yourself. Thank you for coming here on today. We have another awesome lineup for this month. This is a brand new month. God has brought us to yet another month in this fabulous year. And so here on Winning Wednesday, we have a great lineup this entire month. This month is Financial Literacy Month. And so all of you know, of course, this is a nationwide awareness. They have different months and different observations within those months. But this month is Financial Literacy Month. And so this is a great way for us to remind ourselves to get our finances together, to make changes, do some things a little better, and also to teach them to ourselves, to our children, as we are learning about them ourselves. And so, of course, we are starting this month off with a bang. We are here with Tenesha Felton of Prime America, and I am looking forward to it because she always gives great information. She always has a great presentation. And so, listen, I need all of y'all to do me a favor. Make sure that you are sharing this broadcast. Make sure you copy the link. You text it to somebody. Just make sure you help us to get the word out, because a lot of us, we want more money, but a lot of times it's just, making sure we have more sense to do what God has given us to, with the money that we already have. And so, of course, Tanisha's going to come on right now and she's going to get us started. So hello, Tanisha. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. Hopefully you
Good.
guys can hear me. I've had to switch how I am. Well, the vehicle that I'm going to be presenting the information, I had to
Yeah.
switch it due to some technical difficulties, but
Huh.
nonetheless, the information is going to come forth as is. So as the awesome Pam stated, my name is Tenesha Felton. I am a financial service agent with a company called Primerica Financial Services. And I do
Yes.
apologize if my lighting in my office is not the best. But like I said, we're going to move along because today is Winning Wednesday, right?
Yes,
We're
that's
going to move
right.
along. All right. So the mission of Primerica is very simple. We help families like yourselves earn more income, become properly protected, debt free, and financially independent. Now, how do we do that? We teach individuals like yourself how money works so that you can make informed decisions about how you approach your finances and what you do with your finances. It's nothing like being educated up front so that you can make great decisions on the back end rather than vice versa. So we offer a variety of services and products that help our clients. And all of those services and products are customizable to the client. But one of the things that we really, really pride ourselves on is the financial literacy piece. Okay. We pride ourselves on working with our clients, teaching you guys about the importance of life insurance, how to create wealth by utilizing life insurance, debt management. Part of that is understanding budgeting, which is what I'm going to be talking to you about today. Legacy building, we talk to you about that, creating generational wealth. And then we put individuals in position where they themselves can earn additional income doing what we do. All right. So without further ado, Ms. Pam asked that I come on and I talk to you guys about budgeting. So unfortunately, I'm not able to show you the PowerPoint. So I'm gonna go very, very slow with what I'm talking about due to the technical difficulties. So hopefully you guys can hear me very well. And I'm speaking clearly enough for you to be able to understand what I'm saying. But if not, Please stop me, ask whatever questions you need to ask, because this information is for you to be able to take it forth, apply it to your life to improve your financial situation. Right. So today I am going to be talking to you about budgeting, and I'm going to give you 6 simple steps. They're going to be things that you probably, I know you've already heard. But if you're like me, sometimes hearing it more than one time, sometimes more than 5 times, it'll actually sink in. Okay. Sometimes it takes me 5 times or more before something actually sinks in. Okay. But I want to bring to you guys 6 simple steps to help you create a budget to free up money for your future. Okay. Again, 6 simple steps to help you create a budget to free up money for the future. Okay. Now, I want to give you a little bit of statistics first before I do what I do. I would like to show you the value of what I'm doing. As you know, from the pandemic, that we entered into some years ago, and still relishing off of that now, you had a lot of people that were out of work. You had a lot of people that hours decreased. You had a lot of things that, a lot of environmental things and unenvironmental things that affected people's finances. Okay. A lot of people had to do unconventional things to increase their finances or to ensure that their household ran the same. What are some of those things? When I say unconventional, I mean things that they would normally do, such as take out loans, such as borrow off of their life insurance, such as take out their 401k, such as putting bills on their credit cards. Okay. So those are what I call unconventional things. Okay. They're not your normal way of doing business. All right. So, and the reason why is because money was scarce. Okay. People did not have money flowing in like they normally did. Things were going up, but your money was not increasing. Okay. And nearly half of Americans through this pandemic, and some even before then, nearly half of all Americans now expect to retire in debt from this pandemic episode. Okay. You got people now that are losing their homes. You got people now that are still unemployed. They're still not able to find employment, still not able to find housing. They have gotten so behind on their mortgage and their rent that now they're becoming homeless. So we're in a financial crisis at this point, whether we realize it or not. 75% of Americans don't think that they can save enough for retirement. A lot of this comes from the pandemic. Okay. A lot of it comes from the pandemic. You can only deal with what's in front of you. Okay. You can only deal. So if what's in front of you is debt, what's in front of you are bills that you can't pay, that's all you can see, and that's all you can deal with. Okay. It's what you see in front of you. It takes an individual like myself to come along and introduce you to a different way of thinking so that you can move from that state of crisis or that state of depression into a state of stability. Okay. Because what I do is offer you hope. All right. I look at where your finances are and I help you create a vision of where you can be. Okay. Now you may not get to where you was prior to the pandemic, but we can get you as close as we can to that. All right. But it does take work. It does take discipline. It does take sacrificing. It does take doing some homework yourself, becoming knowledgeable of the resources that are out there, understanding what you need and understanding the resources that are out there to get you what you need. Okay. So what do I mean by that? All right. If you are an individual that needs debt management services, all right. So you need to know where to go to get that. All right. An individual like myself will be in your life insurance needs. Okay. So we take your situation, customize it to you, and we come up with an affordable plan for you and your family. All right. But it first starts with education, which is where we are today. Why do we create a budget? All right. Why do we create a budget? All right. Number one, we create a budget to get a grip on our spending. Okay. We create a budget to get a grip on our spending. A lot of us have a bleak view of the future because we haven't written anything down. We're just going about our day. We're spending. As soon as we get our check is already spent. Okay. I've heard people say this all the time. Girl, my check already gone and we haven't even gotten paid yet. Okay. That's because you've already spent your check. Okay. In your mind, you're broke. But if you sit down and you really write down what you're bringing in and what you're spending out, I guarantee you will see that you do a lot of wasteful spending. And if you cut down on some of that wasteful spending, you will have more money to live off of than you actually think you do. Okay. That is where I come in to bring that hope to you. All right. Number two, a budget is to save for retirement or a special purchase. Some people create a budget for retirement. Some people create a budget for savings. Some people create a budget for college tuition, to purchase a car. You can create a budget for anything that you want in life. Majority of the time, people utilize a budget for their monthly expenses. Okay. Some people do a formal budget. Some people do an informal budget. What is the difference? A formal budget is when you utilize the fancy sheets and the Excel spreadsheets, and you put in everything in Excel and all of this, and it looks so elaborate. That is a formalized budget. Informal budget is something that I do. You take a book like this. I don't know if you all can see it. I got this out of Family Dollar, less than $5. And don't want y'all to see how junky I am, but want you to see it. I break everything down. It talks about my income. I take this information because I write so big, I can't really write in here. So I write it in a notebook, but I go by this formula. Okay. I don't have to have a lot of stuff, because if you give me a lot of stuff, you're going to confuse me. So I'm very simplistic. So if you guys are like me, you can get this from Family Dollar. It was less than $5. It's called the Home Finance and Bill Organizer. And it was less than $5, but it has different sections in it. Okay. And it goes by the month of January. You can put all your expenses that you had, all your bills right here once you pay them, and you can list them here. Your income will go here. What's your total income that you're bringing in will go here. Your expenses will go down here. And then what you have left over will go over here. So it is a method of tracking. Okay. That's what it is. It's a method of tracking. If we were to utilize something like this, there's no reason why we should have NSF fees with the bank. There's no reason why we should have bills that go unpaid, because you write everything down for the month that you're going to have here. If it's not written, it should not be getting paid. Okay. If it's not written here, you shouldn't be engaging in it. That goes down to your entertainment. That goes down to anything, clothing, anything that you're going to do. You need to write it down because it has a dollar amount that is attached to it. That dollar amount affects your budget. So if you are writing it down, then it is real. If you are not writing it down, you should not be engaging in it. Okay. That means that it is not real for you. So this is why we get in trouble, because we do not keep track of our expenses. We run that debit card just like we blink our eyes. We just snap it, snap it, snap it, snap it. I've heard people say, I just swipe it till the money gone. That is not how you live. Okay. That is the reason why your life insurance policies lapse. That's the reason why your lights get cut off. That's the reason why you have your cars repossessed and things of this nature, because you're not tracking your expenses. Okay. The third reason why you create a budget is this: to know exactly where your hard-earned money goes each month. Have you guys ever experienced this? I know I used to back in the day. I used to have money, and then at the end of the month, I'd be like, where did all my money go? Yeah, I had this amount of money, and I look at what I have left at the end of the month, and the math just not mathing. It's like I have maybe $100 left, and I don't have nothing to show for it. I have no groceries in my refrigerator. My pantry is bare. So where did my money go? And that was because I was not tracking my expenses. I wasn't writing none of that stuff down. I was just spending money. And I was wondering why at the end of the year, when I would do my taxes or anything like that, it showed that I made the money. But in my head, I'm like, I didn't see any of that. Well, actually, I did, but I let it go as soon as I saw it. Okay. So write these things down. Make it a habit of writing everything down. All right. Now, a budget also helps you to avoid the debt trap. What is that? That is where you have continuous NSF fees, where the bank eats up your money. That's where you have things that go in delinquencies, all of that things, or you have a whole bunch of debt that piles up on you, and it just seems like it comes out of nowhere. Where in actuality, it's not coming out of nowhere. It's trickling month after month, but you're not paying attention to it because you're not writing it down. All right. So now, the next thing that we want to do is this. This is very important. This is step 1 of the 6 steps. Step 1 is find out where your money should go. Find out where your money should go. That's your first step. All right. In an ideal budget, your monthly income should be divided into 5 main categories. And I'm going to give them to you, and I'll give you the percentage. Now, this is not all inclusive. There are other budgeting information out here that may give you different totals, but this is what I teach to my clients. Okay. Now, the first one is your housing and debt. That includes your mortgage and anything that comes along with your house. 30% of your income should go towards your housing and debt. The next one is your living expenses. Okay. 26% of your income should go towards your living expenses. Now, if you're putting that much towards your living expenses, there is no reason why you should be in the negative, because you should still be living good. All right. 25% goes towards your taxes. If you have property taxes or anything like that, 25% of your income should go towards that. 4% of your income goes towards your insurance. That includes your life insurance. Okay. 15% of your income goes towards your savings and your investments. Okay, I'm gonna go back over it again. 30% is housing and debt. 26% is your living expenses. 25% is your taxes. 4% is your insurance. 15% is your savings and your investments. Okay, after you've decided where your money is going to go and you've broken it up, now you're going to gather the information you need to get started on your budget. Okay. First thing you're going to do is you're going to gather every financial statement you have. This is every month you're going to do this. It's called balancing your checkbook, or balancing your account, or balancing your finances. Whatever you want to call it, put balancing in front of it because it needs to add up. Okay. I remember my mom back in the day, she used to sit down at the end of the month or the first of the month and balance her checkbook. Okay, this is how you do that. You're going to gather every financial statement. So what are those financial statements? Your bank statements, your investment accounts, your recent utility bills, your anything you spent gas for the month, you ate out for the month, any clothing, anything that you spent money on, you need to have those receipts, and you need to gather all of your receipts for that month. The next thing you're going to do is note all of your sources of income: your job, child support, alimony, pension, Social Security, rental income, your dividends from investments, anything that you're making money from, you list that as part of your income. Once you do that, you're then going to create a list of your monthly expenses. Okay. What are your monthly expenses? Your mortgage or your rent, car payment, your auto and health insurance, grocery bills, utility bills, entertainment. If you're in college, your college university savings, anything that you spend money on, that is a monthly expense. Okay. So you're going to create a list of that. But in order for you to do that, you have to have those financial statements, or you have to have your receipts. Okay. So if you're not a person that's good with keeping receipts, then once you get it, you need to have something like this on you or somewhere nearby. So once you get your receipts, put it in here for the month of January, or the month, whatever month you're dealing in, throw your receipts in here for the day. Okay. That way you don't have to have them on you or riding around in your purse. Because I know, like me, I get a bunch of paper in my purse. It's going in the trash can. I can't take it. Okay. And I used to look at them and take the time and look. Now I don't do. I just crumble them all up and throw them in the thing because I go by my online banking. But for those of you that's not good with that, look at your receipts. Okay. Keep all of your receipts. Those are financial statements. If you're a person that's in business, you're going to need those receipts for tax write-off purposes. So you need to keep those receipts, okay? All right. And the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to formalize this now into a budget. You're going to build your budget. Now, majority of your budgets are broken down into these categories. Some of them may be different, but majority of the ones I've seen is like this. You have your home, which includes your mortgage, debt, tax, insurance, repairs, and homeowners association fees. Utilities, light bill, gas bill, water bill, phone bill, cellular bill, cable bill, internet. Transportation, car payment 1, car payment 2, car payment 3, gas, car insurance, repairs, maintenance, your tolls, your if you had to have your car towed, taxis, parking, all of that stuff goes up under transportation. Insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, health insurance goes up under insurance. Okay. Debt payments, credit cards. Your credit card bills go up under your debt payments. Your student loans go up under your debt payments. Installment loans go up under your debt payments. Do not put debt payments up under insurance or debt payments up under home. Debt payments go up under debt payments. Everything has its own category. All right. Food, groceries, and dining out. That's another category. Family purchases, child care, child support, alimony, school tuition fees, personal care, haircut, hairdresser, prescription medication, toiletries, makeup, clothing goes up under personal care. Your pet needs to be part of your budget. If you take it to get groomed, if you take it to get shots, that needs to be part of your budget. Entertainment, books, magazine, movies, going to concerts, all of that stuff needs to be part of your budget. Anything else miscellaneous that you do, such as cleaning supplies, your ties, your donation, all of those things, they will go up under other, or you can put it as it is, ties or things like that. All of these things need to be a part of your budget because they are an important part of your life. And it is something that you do every month. So if it is, you need to write it down. If you do it every month, write it down. Okay, because that's the only way you're going to be able to track what you are doing. Your budget is modifiable. So what I mean by that, your budget will show you if you are over budget or under budget. Red or in the green. Green is good, red is not good. Okay, there is no in between. Somebody asked me the other day, is it an in between color? No, it is either red or green. Okay, all right, so there is no in between in there. Okay, so now, once you discover where your money goes and you have it broken down, you're going to have your expenses into 2 categories. They're either going to be fixed or they're either going to be variable. This is where you're going to be able to go back and know where to make modifications. Fixed expenses are things like your mortgage, things like your rent, car payment. They are things that do not change. Every month it is the same. Okay, unless you don't pay it and it doubles. Okay, but for the most part, it is the same. Variable expenses are things that change. They fluctuate from month to month. Grocery bill is one that fluctuates. Your utility bills fluctuate unless you have it on budgeting. Okay, entertainment costs fluctuates. Dining out, gifts, etc. Those things fluctuate. Those are variables. Okay, so now let's go back to your actual budgeting worksheet. If you are over budget, that means you're going to start looking at your variable expenses first to find out where you need to cut cost. Okay, start with your variable because, as you know, variables change from month to month. All right, so you may have gone over in your grocery bill, and you may have had family came over and you wanted to serve them lobster this month. Okay, that's not something that you normally do. All right. So you know that in June, your budget is gonna go back in line because you're not gonna do lobsters. That's not what you do every month. Okay. You make your light bill may go up in the summertime because the kids are out of school. Okay. So your budget is predictable too. You see how that is? Because now, if you know that your kids are going to be out in the summertime, your budget will show you, okay, now when it comes in May, you need to start putting more money aside because your light bill is going to be higher as opposed to when it is in November and December. In November and December, your gas bill is going to be higher because you're going to be running your gas more as opposed to your air conditioner. So your budget is modifiable and it is predictable. So this is why I sit and I tell people all the time that you should never, ever have a NSF fee or a bill that goes unpaid, because you should write these things down every month, because if it is not written, it is not so. Okay. You're not going to remember it if it is not written. That is why stuff creep up on you. That is how you have all of these subscriptions and things that pop up on you, like Apple. I had a client yesterday tell me about Apple ID. They just take it whenever they want to. Well, it's because you haven't canceled it. Okay. Cancel the subscription. Okay. And Zoom, mail. She had all kinds of stuff. She had over $100 worth of subscription. Okay. And she wasn't using but $20 of it. So that's $80 that goes back into her budget. Okay. But if she doesn't cancel it, she can't count that in her budget. But that is predictable money that we can say, okay, when you cancel them, you got $80 that goes back into your budget. So your budget income goes up $80. Okay. All right. But if you don't write it down, you're never going to know where your money is going. That is the reason why we create budgets, right? Hopefully this information is helpful to you guys. All right. So now, step 4. You're going to add up all your monthly expenses. This is how you do your budget. You're going to add up all your monthly income. I'm sorry, that's your monthly income. So if your monthly income is $5,000, you got $5,000 in a month to work with. Not 5,001, not 5,002, not 6,000. You have $5,000. All right. You'll add up your monthly expenses. If your monthly expenses come up to $3,000, that means you have $2,000 extra dollars left over at the end of the month. Okay, because your monthly expenses is everything. That includes your entertainment, that includes everything, investments, everything. So $2,000 is what you have left over after you pay everything. Okay, that's what you have left over. All right. Now, if your monthly expenses exceed your monthly income, you are in what? The red. Okay. So that means you go back to your variable expenses and you start cutting from your variable expenses. Okay. You may not be able to go out and eat for a couple of months. You may not be able to buy those Jordans for a couple of months. You may have to sit at the house and watch Netflix instead of going to the movies. You may have to cook your Red Lobster biscuits instead of going to Red Lobster, okay? Because your budget is out of whack. So it's going to take some discipline and sacrificing on your end so that you can bring your budget back in line, all right? Does that make sense? All right, so now number 5, as I told you before, once you see that your budget is out of line, you must make adjustments. If you expect for things to get better, you have to make adjustments as soon as you see the problem. All right. So when you come and you sit down with someone like myself, one of the first things that I'm going to talk to you about is going to be where you see yourself financially a year from now. We do short-term goals and we do long-term goals. Okay. As part of your debt management, we do look at your budgeting. I do look at how you spend your money and where you spend your money. Now, what I don't do is tell you what to do with your money, okay? But I do make professional recommendations about what can help you earn more money and save more money as opposed to spending out more money. That's what I do. Okay. But it's totally up to you to take the recommendations that I give. Okay. Everything that I provide to you is voluntary and is free of charge. Okay. The consultations are free, and the recommendations are free as well. Okay. The last step that we go with is once you get your budget in line, and once you do this a number of months, I would say about 3 months, it becomes a habit for you. Anything that you do over 20 days becomes a habit for you. 21 days becomes a habit for you. So then all you have to do then is keep up the good work. Okay. Once you bring your budget in line and you get everything going, now you know how to create a budget. Now you know what goes in a budget. You know the importance of a budget. You know how to break that budget down. All you have to do then is keep it going. That's it. So when you come and you work with someone like myself and you're trying to pay off your bills, you're trying to get your debt aligned, this is one of the things that leads you to financial success, is having a workable budget that you have. And if you don't have one, by the time you finish your session with me, you will have a budget put in place that's workable for you. It's customizable strictly for you, not for me, but for you. And you will take that budget and you will work that budget until you create another one. I'm about teaching skills that you can learn and apply to your everyday living, so that long after I'm gone, you can continue to live a great life. Okay. So again, my name is Tenesha Felton. I am a senior regional leader with Primerica Financial Services, and we are a financial service company that specializes in helping you, the client, gain financial success. I'm going to give you a couple of places where you can reach me. And if you want to book an appointment, and I hate that I couldn't put it on here, but my internet is acting up. So if you want to book me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my information with Pam. I'm going to text it to her, and she can put it up and make that information available to you guys. But if you're looking for consultation, for your life insurance needs, for your investment needs, for your debt management needs, if you want to learn more about budgeting, if you want to know how to do a budget, then I want you guys to get with Pam and make contact with me so we can schedule you for an appointment so that you can experience financial success. All right, so I'm gonna turn it back over to Pam. If you guys got any questions, I will answer them.
This was great, Tenesha, as always. Awesome, great information. And really just, I mean, you make it so practical. I mean, it just sounds so easy, even though it's work. I know it's not easy. It's work having to track your spending, keeping those receipts. You're right, because once it gets in that purse, and then the ink kind of it blurs off. You're like, what was this? I can't read this, and then it goes in the trash because it been in the purse so long. But this is great. You know, the Bible says that people perish for a lack of knowledge, and this is what this segment is all about, is really giving us the knowledge of what we need to do. Now, let me ask you, because we may have some some seniors who are on. I'm sure we have different types of people. So you got your senior citizens, you got married couples, you got, probably teenagers. How can we teach? Well, let me start with that question. How can we teach our teens or our children the principles, of course, that we were never taught? So how can we, once they get that first job, what should we be telling them? The same things?
Yes, you definitely, budgeting starts day one. Once they start earning that first, even before they start earning income, you need to be teaching them the concepts of money. Okay. And you need to teach them the rule of money. All right. And that the rule of money is that, you make money and you save this amount. It depends on how much what your belief system is surrounding money. But you put this amount, put 80% in saving, or 60% in saving, 40% in your checking. Okay. And you teach them how to balance that, how to balance their checkbook if they're going to go by checking, or how to look at their online banking so that they can keep an account of everything that they're spending.
Mhm.
Also, talk to them about the debit card, the importance of having a debit card. They have online financial tips for teenagers, beginners financial tips. You can print that off and you can definitely go through that with your child. It's a step-by-step financial thing that you can go through with your child. But the most important thing that you just need to drive home to your kids is that, as you make your money, you don't need to spend everything that you make. It is
Right.
essential that you save. And as early as they turn 18, you need to start investing, introducing them to the world of investing. Because
Mhm.
the earlier that you start investing, the more money that they will have on the back end. All right. I
Yeah.
would even go so far as, after you've talked to them about the money management and how to make sure that they are putting so much in their savings and so much in their checking, and showing them how to do that, how to go about doing that. I would even sit them down with a financial service person to go through the process of talking about money management. Okay. And
Yeah.
introducing them to that, because those of us who are licensed in that area, we've been taught how to break it down for teens and even preteens, and to make
Right.
money management very simplistic for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's good. Because once we get, teach them how to do it, and then the objective for everyone is to really stay on course.
Mhm.
Because some of us we do good, month of January, February, then March and April, and then I'm off, then it's then it's back to
Yeah,
okay, June, we got to get back on it,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
look by, the whole year has just kind of passed by.
yeah.
But that's good. And how do parents, because parents who have children, they have things that come up. They got, I
Mhm.
know we addressed this before, but I'm want to reiterate it to our parents who have kids that are in sports, and they in whatever, cheer and volleyball and all kind of activities. They want a birthday party. How do parents plan? How do you teach parents to plan for that? Braces, braces, you go to the dentist and all,
Mhm.
we need braces, you need braces in about 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, there's two ways to do that. You have your unpredictable circumstances that come up that you cannot plan for. Those
Yeah.
are part of life. Okay.
Hmm.
Those that are unpredictable, we have to handle those as they come. Okay. But
Right.
those things that are predictable, you're going to do your research up front. Okay. If you know that you need
Mhm.
braces, is it an emergency that you need braces? Otherwise, it's something that you will do your research on. You will talk
Mhm.
to your dentist, get a price for it. Okay. Search around, make sure that that price fits within your budget. Because again, if you don't have a $5,000, you're not, just because you got to get braces don't mean you're going to get another $1,000. You
Right.
still have that $5,000. Okay. So now, when you see that the braces are going to be $1,200, you break that down in an installment plan, and it may be I'm just going to say 175 a month. Okay.
Mhm.
Can your budget withstand that?
Yeah, right.
Okay. If you're already in the red, no, right now my budget cannot withstand that. So, but this is a necessity. So, can I go back and look at my variable expenses? Where can I cut
Mhm.
expenses so that I can have the money
Good.
to get this particular item? So, when you're on a budget has very little room for unexpected situations. A budget helps you plan things out. A budget, that's the reason why you write it out. It's not only so that it's in your face, it's also putting a plan in place. If you're doing a vacation, every year in
Mhm.
June you go to Destin. Okay.
Mhm.
You want to stay on the resort, you want to go to
Mhm.
Disney World.
Mhm.
All of these things come up every year, right? It
Right.
should not be unplanned. All right. So now
Right.
we get a cost. So now we factor that into our budget. How does this factor into our budget? We only have 5,000 that we're working with. Okay. So even if you know that you're getting ready to get an extra 3,000 4 months from now, right now, that's not in your budget.
Right.
You can only go by what's in front of you. Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
you only deal with what's in front of you and you plan everything out. So that means you got to go back, modify your budget to add in what you're trying to get.
Yeah. Awesome. Great advice. Great advice. And then for us, and this of course allows us to be disciplined. And then sometimes you have to just tell people, no, I can't do that right now, or I'm not gonna be able to do that right now, or I catch
Including
y'all
your kids.
until right. I catch you next time. We'll catch the next movie. Y'all going out next month. We'll go. I go with y'all next month. And so it's that as well. It's you controlling. You're in control of your finances.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And it requires and like I said before, once you get in a habit of functioning from your budget
Right.
in your head, you're gonna have your ending number in your head already. Because listen, you don't wrote everything out at the beginning of the month.
Right.
You see, so I
Yeah.
know if I got 5,000 and my income and my expenses is 3,000, I know I got $2,000 to work with, but I've got these braces that I'm trying to get. So I
Mhm.
know that they're asking for a deposit up front that's like $800. So then you're gonna take 800 from that 2,000, right? Then that's
Right.
gonna leave you the remainder of what you can do. You see,
Yeah.
but even with going out or doing that, that's already factored into your budget.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's already factored into your budget.
Yeah. And then the extra 2,000 you have, who says you have to, you took me that story you told one time about the girl who had the $400 weave or something. She just didn't want to let it go. And
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
did.
oh my gosh,
She
I couldn't
did.
imagine spending that much money on hair.
Yeah, they
And
spend more than that. Spend more than
yeah.
that.
And
Yeah,
it's about changing your mindset,
yeah,
I mean, with anything, whether it's eating right, exercising, we have to change our mindset and get rid of those old habits that are, sometimes hard to break, but we have to do it. We have to
yeah.
do it.
Look, that's just like me with the diet, and I'm trying to diet, right? So I like trail mix. I love trail mix.
Yes,
I don't
me
like it. I
too.
love it, right? So I was talking to my doctor about it, and they was talking about all this stuff I had to give up. I was sitting there really freaking out, Miss Pam. I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to eat nothing. They want me to die. They want me to eat grass. So I finally I let the doctor finish talking, and I said, okay, what can I eat? And so he broke it down, and he said, well, what do you like to eat? And the first thing came out of my mouth, I didn't say water. I didn't say, no, I said, I like I like Publix trail mix. He said you can eat it in moderation, but you have to factor it into your diet. You know,
Right.
factor it into your diet, just like budgeting. You got to write this stuff down,
Down.
Tenesha. So just like
Right.
I'm telling y'all to write down your budget,
Yeah.
any plan has to be written down. It does.
Written down. The Bible
Mhm.
says, write the vision and make it plain. Right. You got to write it down. It has to be written.
It has to be. It may not look good while you're doing it, but I'm telling you, eventually it will all, like my grandmama used to say, it'll all come out in the wash. It'll
Wash
all
it,
come
right.
out. It certainly will. It will.
Okay, so my last question is, unless someone's going to ask something else, my last question is, any advice for couples? Because you've had funny stories about couples. So any advice for couples who are working on their budget, so they're not getting in fights?
Yes,
What's your advice for
yes.
couples?
Have
Because you
have
mentioned that too.
conversations. Yes, have upfront conversations about your expenses. What bring if you're going to be a couple,
Yeah,
you need to be honest about what you're bringing to the table, good, bad, or
yeah,
indifferent.
yeah.
Both parties need to know what's going on. Okay, up front. Not when you get in front of somebody like me. It shouldn't be a surprise when you get in front of someone like me. All right.
Right,
And then write these things down. Understand that you're coming together as a unit. So you're going to write these
right,
things down. And like I said, it may not look good or feel good when you're doing
right,
it, but
right,
write it down. Okay.
right,
And then when you do it, work together as a unit. Work together as a unit. Now, it's not going to always be easy,
right,
but be honest up front. Be honest up front about what you have going on. Even when you're meeting with someone like myself, be honest, because the only way the plan is going to work is if you're honest.
That's
Okay.
right.
If you're honest about everything. So for couples, that's my word of advice for you is honesty and bringing it to the table, and because they're going to find out eventually,
Right.
and put it on the table what you got, and be willing to be accountable for it and do the work to correct it. That's it.
Awesome. Sounds good. Tanisha, before we log off, I'm gonna give a few announcements, but I do want you at least outline. I'm gonna put your information in the comment section, but
Okay.
of course, give us how the website and the phone number of how
Okay.
people can contact you. We refer people to Tanisha, and she's so good about follow up, follow through, getting back with them, and so she is great. She is a great source, and so we're gonna come back in just a second. And so everyone, I know that you guys enjoyed the session on today, Winning Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we are having Shane Spells. Listen, the title is Go Fund Yourself. Y'all know, y'all see GoFundMe's all the time. And so he's going to talk about how we can fund ourselves. And so y'all don't want to miss that next Wednesday. And then, of course, we have our small group that's actually tomorrow. Our small group, we are experiencing God in a whole new way. We are learning how to know the will of God and do the will of God. And so we meet every Thursday at 7:00 p.m. If you want that private Zoom ID information, please send us an email. And also we can give you some instructions on how to order your book, but email us at ladypam@tcowi.org. Also, this Sunday, we're going to have a great time on Sunday. Of course, it is our temple celebration worship service at 10 a.m. We meet every Sunday at C.W. Hayes School. And also, we are having our indoor carnival. Going to have games, prizes, the whole shebang. And so please join us Sunday at 10 a.m. Our millennials are going to be running the service. They're going to be doing all sorts of things, presiding, singing, reciting. And so please join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. And as we continue the series that Pastor Mason just started called Spring Cleaning. And so y'all know how we got to spring clean our finances up. Well, Pastor Mason is also talking about how we can spring clean in our lives. And so you don't want to miss that as well. That is this Sunday. And of course, our book of the month is The Bait of Satan. Talks about how to handle offense. This is a great book, a great read, or you can listen to it on your Audible, but make sure you get that book called The Bait of Satan. And then a couple of things we have coming up. Singles, don't forget our Lunch and Learn is going to be April the 15th. Of course, if you are interested in that, we just meet up at a restaurant, hang out, and talk about singleness. Please send us an email at singles@bhambc.org, singles@bhambc.org, and we will give you the information on that. And then for our married couples, we are meeting the following Saturday, which is April the 22nd. April the 22nd. Once again, email us at marriedcouples@bhambc.org to get your information as well. Then this summer, I want you to plan for this, budget for this. Our spiritual renewal retreat is going to be in White Bluff, Tennessee. And we're going to have a great time. It's only $150 for the entire weekend. That's Friday evening up until Sunday morning, $150 per person. You get 5 meals. You have lodging. You have impactful, life-changing sessions from these great, awesome speakers, these great, awesome men and women of God. And so we're going to be getting away June the 23rd through the 25th. We're going to be getting away with Jesus. And so if you want to register for this event, go to our website at bhambc.org, and you're going to click on the flyer that is scrolling in the top that looks like the one in front of you. So of course, don't forget, we will see you guys next Wednesday, and the other ways tomorrow for small group, and we'll see you on Sunday in person. All right, so thank you, Tanisha, for joining us on today. Great information as always. Please tell us how we can contact you for the free consultation, and also just, hey, we need help, so how can we contact you?
Okay. Well, you can book an appointment with me through my scheduling site, and that is going to be through Calendly. That's CALENDY.com/Tenesha Felton 50. That's going to be my booking site. All right. And if you just want to learn about the services that Primerica provides, you can visit my website, and that's going to be primerica.com/T Felton, Felton.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you can email me at feltonassociates2@gmail.com. And if you just want to bypass all of that and just want to talk to me, just call me.
Just call you.
205-238-0471. That's my direct number.
Okay, got it. 205 you said 238
0471.
471. Got it. Okay, awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tenesha. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on today. Yes, ma'am. Of course, you are one of our people that we just love for you to come on and really share your wealth of knowledge, experience with all of our people. So thank you so much. You've been on our women's virtual conference before, and you're just a great person. She's a great person, has a great spirit. And as you see already, she don't play. So, so sometimes you need that in your life. You need somebody who's saying, no, you're not going to do that. You need to do this. And so she's that person, but she's going to say it in love. So we thank you so much for that. Tenesha, we thank you. And thank you for everyone who watched on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter, or through the My Sunday app, or through our website, bhambc.org. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on today. Until next time, be blessed. We love y'all. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Okay, God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.